Okay, let's just dive right in. We's going to unpack the definitive measure of modern celebrity, which is really sustained digital influence.
Exactly. Not just a flash in the pan.
Right. And we're not talking about just any influence. These are people who command audiences, larger than most nations. They're effectively running their own global media channels.
They really are.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to cut through the noise and really try to understand the mechanics behind this massive sustained influence on a platform like Instagram.
And we have meticulously analyzed the data here. I mean, this is the verified list, the top 10 most followed individuals on Instagram as of November 2025.
So this is fresh data.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
And this isn't just about, raw popularity. Think of it more like an X-ray of global financial and cultural power. When you look at this list, you're seeing the blueprints for how influence is built and monetized today.
Yeah, and the core thesis that just jumps out from the data is way more specific than just saying, oh, they're famous.
Of course.
The current landscape is this really meticulously balanced mix of athletic dominance with true planetary, pure pop culture celebrity. And this is critical, incredibly savvy business empire builders.
They're treating their feed like a revenue engine.
100%. The people who win are the ones who blend that high-stakes charisma with very intentional, consistent content curation.
But what's fascinating is that the scale of it all fundamentally changes the game.
Yeah.
So our mission statement for you, the learner, is to go beyond just the numbers. We are going to dissect the specific measurable strategies, the why behind the billions of likes, and reveal some pretty surprising financial and growth facts.
Yeah, the economic value flowing through these feeds is just mind-blowing.
It really is.
So let's start with the numbers are simply staggering. I mean, if you look at the entire list, two names stand so far ahead that they're almost in their own category.
A league of their own.
And they demonstrate the absolute, just undeniable global dominance of football, or soccer for some of you, in dictating digital influence.
It's the global kings of the pitch, and their reach is, well, it's unprecedented.
We have to start with Cristiano Ronaldo. He's sitting firmly at rank 1 with a staggering 720 million followers.
Just let that number sink in for a second.
To truly absorb that, he isn't just the most followed person on Instagram, he is the most followed individual human being on any social platform globally.
And the mechanism of his growth, it really speaks volumes about his relevance. He broke that 700 million follower mark just last month in October 2025. That is an exponential acceleration.
It's not slowing down.
Not at all. Our data shows his weekly growth rate is tracked at roughly 500,000 new followers per week.
500,000 people.
That is the population of a significant city subscribing to his life every 7 days. This isn't static fame, it's accelerating fame.
And his content strategy is, it's a case study in modern personal branding, and just as importantly, in brand monetization.
Yes.
It's this constant reinforcement of his soccer goat status mixed with these highly aspirational lifestyle elements, right? You get the family snaps for relatability, the workout flexes to maintain that athlete image, and then very strategically, the CR7 grand drops.
That integration is the key insight. You see, the family and the training content, that serves as the soft sell. It's the high credibility material that makes the audience, trust the source.
So when he drops a post about his CR7 fitness line or a fragrance...
Exactly. It's not just an advertisement. It feels like an authentic recommendation from a figure who literally embodies peak performance. He uses visibility as a direct conversion tool.
Right behind him, at rank 2, we find Lionel Messi, clocking in at 504 million. And while Ronaldo leads the pack, I think Messi's growth trajectory highlights something different. It shows how a single, powerful cultural moment can translate into permanent digital currency.
Absolutely. The defining detail for Messi is that follower surge he got after the 2022 Qatar World Cup win. It hasn't just held steady.
Right.
It's actually normalized at a much higher baseline. He leveraged a historic global event and basically cemented his status with hundreds of millions of new, highly loyal followers.
And they associate him with global victory.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And his content strategy is strategically contrasting to Ronaldo's maximalism. It focuses heavily on Inter Miami highlights, sure, but he balances it with these genuinely humble dad life posts.
He seems relatable despite being a billionaire. It reinforces that grounded, authentic image.
The success of both of them proves that if you achieve that global sporting god status, the digital empire just do it. It almost automatically follows.
So if the athlete succeeded through just relentless visibility on the world's biggest stage, the next set of individuals on this list, the pop culture and business moguls, they use a different playbook.
A very different playbook. They often use strategic scarcity and content blending to build their empires. This is where the operational structures get far more complex.
And this is where it gets really compelling for me, because the strategies among the most followed women are so incredibly varied. It just shows there isn't one road to 400 million followers.
Exactly. So starting at rank 3, we have Selena Gomez, 420 million followers. She is the definitive multi-hyphenate. Music, acting, beauty.
And her content strategy is genius because it's so segmented, yet it feels so authentic. She blends her rare beauty mogul status, which is a legitimate billion-dollar company,
A huge success.
with these incredibly important mental health talks and then, lighthearted rom-com teases. It feels real. It gives her depth beyond just commercial gain.
And this leads us to a crucial data point for you, the learner, especially if you care about measurable influence. While the raw numbers are impressive, her engagement rate is what's statistically significant. At over 400 million followers, her engagement rate is tracked at around 2.5%.
Okay, so 2.5% might sound like a small number to some people. Why is that considered so exceptional at the scale?
Because for accounts with audiences this enormous, the industry benchmark is often well under 1%. Sometimes it even dips to like 0.5% because of the sheer passive nature of the following.
So people follow, but they don't interact.
Precisely. Her 2.5% indicates this unparalleled level of audience loyalty and active participation. They don't just scroll past. They comment, they save, they share. And brands understand that high engagement is the real currency.
They value that deep connection even more than the raw follower count.
Way more. Which makes the aha moment from the sources even better. Her cooking reels are cited as pure comfort food for her audience.
It's the low-stakes, high-authenticity content that fuels that loyalty metric. Fascinating.
And then moving on to rank 4, we find Kylie Jenner, 398 million. She holds the title of the overall most followed woman, built largely on the foundation of that Kardashian media machine.
And she built that influence on pure visual consistency. Her strategy is still laser-focused on her lip kit queen glam selfies, showcasing her beauty empire, alongside that steady stream of stormy updates in the Kardashian clan chaos.
It's pure, high-production, aspirational living. It's the ultimate feedback loop. The content sells the product, which funds the lifestyle, which then becomes the content.
A perfect circle.
And at rank 6, we have Ariana Grande with 377 million. Her influence perfectly illustrates how follower counts can spike with professional output.
Right, she's up a solid 10 million just this year, and you can directly correlate that with the Eternal Sunshine album release and all the anticipation for the Wicked movie.
Her content is hyper-synergistic. It's those famous vocal runs, Wicked behind-the-scenes stuff, and then, of course, the REM beauty hauls. It's all synchronized multimedia marketing.
And then there's the ultimate master of scarcity and curation.
Beyoncé. Rank 8, 318 million followers. She is the complete opposite of the daily content churn.
She is operating on a completely different plane. Her content strategy is not a daily diary. It's an event calendar. It's all about these extremely curated, high-art visuals for tours, fragrances, album cycles.
Like Renaissance?
Exactly. And the sources describe her Cowboy Carter-era posts not as social media, but as art gallery-level drops. She doesn't chase engagement. She commands attention.
And this contrast is vital. Kylie maintains her relevance through constant visibility. Beyoncé maintains relevance through extreme exclusivity. Both models at this tier work spectacularly well.
So now let's talk about the final set of global icons, starting with the really fascinating dynamic within the Kardashian family itself. If we focus on Kim and Khloe, we get a perfect contrast. You see how two sisters raised in the exact same media ecosystem use slightly different content levers to build and monetize these massive followings.
They both use their following to build billion-dollar businesses, for sure, but their brand personas are distinct. It really highlights the need for a hyper-specific identity, even at the very top.
Kim Kardashian is at rank 7 with 361 million. She's clearly focused on building that Skims empire, mixed with kiddo milestones. But what's really surprising is the content that drives the highest interaction for her.
What is it?
The sources note that, surprisingly, her involvement in legal drama posts about court sketches, political outreach, her legal work, that's what turns her feed into engagement gold.
That is a challenging strategy, though. I mean, it's fascinating that high-stakes public legal content drives those engagement spikes, but you have to ask, is that engagement good for brand trust?
That's a great question.
Especially for a brand like Skims, which is all about comfort and accessibility. Does mixing soft loungewear with high-profile legal drama create I don't know, friction for consumers?
It's a great critical question. It suggests her brand is now so multifaceted that the content is serving two masters: the entertainment and news cycle and the commerce cycle. That complexity is what drives the conversation.
And then conversely, look at her sister, Khloe Kardashian. She's at rank 9 with 310 million. Her content strategy is all about her Good American fits and updates on True and Tatum.
Much more straightforward.
Way more. And the data specifically suggests her wholesome fam content edges out the drama compared to Kim's more complex posts. She's selling consistency and accessibility.
We also have to acknowledge the highest-ranking American male celebrity who isn't a professional athlete still playing the game.
The Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming in strong at rank 5 with 395 million.
The Rock is just pure, relentless motivational momentum. His content strategy is this perfect blend of motivational muscle pictures, movie trailers, and, of course, tequila plugs. He sells a brand of aspirational, hard work and masculinity that just transcends cultural lines.
And the genius detail here is how he links all his projects together. A fun fact from our sources: he is teasing Moana 2 daily right now.
Of course he is.
He uses the feed not just to announce, but to continuously build anticipation for multiple simultaneous revenue streams. The guy is a one-man content studio.
And finally, rounding out the top 10 is Justin Bieber at 294 million.
Yeah.
He represents the power of legacy and just a really loyal fandom, even during periods of lower output.
He's in what the sources call his low-key era, posting Haley hauls, golf swings, Justice throwbacks. But even being low-key, he is still consistently pulling 5 million plus likes per post.
That is the definition of residual fame power. He's built an audience that's so loyal that his baseline output still exceeds the peak output of most celebrities.
Which brings us to the critical final section. We've covered the content, the strategy, the growth. Now let's talk about the so what.
The money.
What is the immense financial value of these numbers? We're shifting our focus to the economics of this top tier.
Exactly. From content strategy to cash strategy. And it is truly eye-watering.
It is.
This list, this wild mix of international athletes, musicians, and moguls, they all share one fundamental economic truth. Brands pay top dollar for collaborations.
Because the reach is instant, global, and highly targeted.
And when you say top dollar, the data explicitly shows that brands are willing to pay $1 million plus per post for the top tier of this list.
$1 million for one post.
Specifically for Ronaldo, Messi, and the high engagement women like Selena and Kylie. A single image or a 30-second reel is worth 7 figures.
So to understand why that cost is justified, you really have to think in terms of marketing metrics.
Right. When a brand spends $1 million, they're buying reach across hundreds of millions of people who have actively opted in to see that person's life. If you look at traditional ad buying, the cost per 1,000 views, or CPM, can be high. But here, the brand is buying trust and credibility along with the reach.
And the price tag isn't just about the follower number. It's also about the content format, right? A reel might command a 20% premium over a static post because the platform prioritizes video.
Guarantees higher immediate impressions. And geography is key. A brand targeting North America might pay more for a Selena Gomez post, while a brand targeting the Middle East might pay more for Ronaldo's. The value fluctuates.
The other element driving this immense price is that guarantee of consistent growth. You mentioned Ronaldo gaining 500,000 followers a week. These celebrities are basically guaranteeing a return on investment because their audience is always expanding, which is the opposite of traditional media where audience erosion is the norm.
Exactly. The market trusts their ability to instantly deploy a message to an enormous growing audience.
It also just highlights the truly planetary nature of this fame and maybe where the next wave of influence will come from. I mean, touching on the near miss, the person waiting at number 11 is Virat Kohli, the cricketer.
With 270 million followers. He's already running a massive audience completely outside of US or Western pop culture. It just underlines that true digital influence today has no national boundaries.
So if we connect this back to the bigger picture for you, the learner, the takeaway is that celebrity status today is inseparable from being a constant, highly sophisticated content machine.
That's it. Whether you're selling soccer dominance, lip kits, or a message of self-care, you have to consistently deliver high-quality, targeted content that reinforces your unique value proposition.
So what does this all mean for the roadmap to building and maintaining this level of success? Well, you need that planetary reach, like Ronaldo and Messi. Or you need clear, high-production brand dominance and aggressive monetization skills, like Kylie and Kim.
Or you need that highly curated, hyper-loyal authenticity, which is the difficult path taken by Selena Gomez and Beyoncé.
The common denominator, though, is just relentless effort and understanding your niche down to the specific engagement metric. Every single person on this list is running a vast, complex operation.
An operation designed to capture and convert global attention into dollars or enduring influence.
So we know brands are willing to pay $1 million plus per post for the top tier of this list. Given the wildly different content strategies, for example, Kim using high-stakes legal drama to generate controversy versus Chloe's focus on purely wholesome family updates, here's a final provocative thought for you to chew on.
Hmm.
If you were the brand manager for a major clothing line, which type of content, the high-conflict, newsworthy drama, or the wholesome, safe family updates, do you think generates the highest, most reliable return on investment for those million-dollar brand deals? Something to ponder as you scroll through your own feed.